'Twas the day of the playoffs in Pittsburgh, PA, a time for the Bills to get down and pray. For the steel curtain was hung by the fans with great care in hopes that Greenwood, Holmes green and white, might cause the Bills to wish they weren't there. But the Bills were there, and surprisingly enough on this day, it was the Pittsburgh attack that shone as Mel Blount returned the opening kickoff 42 yards to put the Steelers in good position right away. Terry Bradshaw exuded newfound poise and calm to go along with his great strength, and the Steelers capped their first possession with a Roy Girello field goal. Undaunted by the steel curtain, Joe Ferguson, number 12, brought Buffalo right back when he hit tight end Paul Seymour for a 22-yard score. A repeat shows that the pass was perfectly thrown, but Seymour's size and strength were a positive factor in his reaching the goal line. However, the 7-3 Buffalo lead was not to last long. Mixing his plays well and taking much upon himself, Bradshaw could not be stopped except by his own teammates, in this case number 50 Jim Clack. Despite such miscues, Bradshaw remained imperturbable, and early in the second quarter, with a day and a half to throw, he struck 27 yards through the air to number 20 Rocky Blyer. The Steelers were never headed. Thanks again to a repeat, we see Bradshaw first faking a handoff to Blyer, who then circles downfield to arrive in a wide-open rendezvous with the ball. The next time Pittsburgh had the ball, Bradshaw sent number 88 Lynn Swan winging around in for a 25-yard pickup. Later in the drive, Swan almost took it in on this flat pass, which he high-stepped to the 1-yard line. Franco Harris finished the job by pulling in to put the Steelers on top 16-7. While the gold and black offense was whooping it up, the defense in the person of number 59 Jack Ham was swooping down on the juice, and O.J. was squeezed repeatedly. But when O.J. was stopped, number 34 Jim Braxton stepped in and ripped off a beautiful 30-yard gain. However, the run's effect was somewhat ruined by a fumble at the end, which Pittsburgh recovered. For the Bills, it was a time for eyes to glint pain and worry, because another Steelers score at this juncture could mean curtains. And curtains it was to be, as Bradshaw could perform no wrong. When his passes were off, his receivers made great catches, as Rocky Blyer did here. Like a dreadnought, the steel machine continued to roll and fly. Bradshaw was pinpoint perfect, and Lynn Swan's diving catch left the Steelers with only 4 yards to grind. Franco Harris polished those 4 yards off in a hurry to make the score 22-7. The Buffalo team's disgust was evident in their helpless complaining, and they obviously needed regrouping. But their first half torment was not to be eased, because once again Bradshaw had his offense looking goalward. In the first half alone, Bradshaw completed 10 of 14 for 166 yards, and this one was the shot that brought the Buffalo down. A beautiful pass and a leaping catch by number 87 Larry Brown put the Bills at the cliff's edge of defeat. The same play from another angle points up the Steelers' perfect timing and the helplessness to stop it that the Bills must have been feeling. For the third time in the first half, Franco Harris powered in to make the score 29-7. Along with good old Santa Chimp, the rest of the uproarious Steeler crowd realized that the second half would be a mere formality. The Bills started the third quarter with a renewed vigor on defense and allowed the black and gold none of their former explosiveness. On offense, Buffalo perked to life only momentarily as Joe Ferguson led them on a well-conceived scoring drive that started with this strike to J.D. Hill. O.J. chipped in with his biggest play of the day, and for one of the few times all afternoon, his gliding, sliding style was allowed to flow. Ferguson to J.D. Hill again put the Bills within sight of a score. Then a 7-yard slant by O.J. brought them to within sniffing distance. And finally, it was Ferguson to O.J. again, and the Juice had the singular honor of making the score 29-14. A repeat of the play shows O.J. scoring what turned out to be the last points of the Buffalo Bills season. But Bradshaw and his assassins were still not satisfied. And again, Terry drove them downfield where Roy Girella popped another field goal. When in the final seconds, Joe Gillum replaced Terry, he too almost brought the Steelers in for a score. This run by Steve Davis, number 35, fell just inches short despite appearances. But the Pittsburgh Steelers showed up short nowhere at all last Sunday as they ousted the Bills from the playoffs 32-14. For the Bills, it was a disappointing ending to a good season, and they should remember that only one team will end its season without disappointment. Besides that, at least they've avoided the disagreeable job of having to cope with the Oakland Raiders in the boisterous Oakland Coliseum. But on the basis of last Sunday, one would say the Steelers look ready for anything.